Has America been truthful about its reasons for invading Iraq? A question that lingers in the minds of many. The official narrative portrayed Iraq as a threat to global security, citing the existence of weapons of mass destruction and ties to al-Qaeda as the primary reasons for the invasion. Yet subsequent investigations have proven otherwise. The hunt for these alleged weapons ended in vain, with no such weapons ever being unearthed. It's an unsettling reality that raises questions about the legitimacy of the initial claims made. Furthermore, the supposed links between Iraq and al-Qaeda were at best tenuous. Despite exhaustive efforts, no concrete evidence could corroborate such a connection. The narrative of Iraq as a terror sponsor was, it seems, more fiction than fact. This leaves us in a quandary. If the reasons presented to the world were unfounded, what then was the true motive behind America's decision to invade Iraq? So was America's invasion of Iraq based on a lie? What was the real motive behind America's involvement in Syria? This question has been a subject of intense debate. The official narrative has been one of humanitarian intervention, a response to reported human rights violations, and the rise of ISIS, a force of destabilization in the region. But could there be more than meets the eye? Some analysts suggest that America's involvement in Syria might have been driven by geopolitical interests, a play for regional influence and control. The Middle East, after all, is a region abundant in oil resources, a crucial commodity in the global economy. This perspective paints a different picture, one of strategic interests taking precedence over altruistic motives. It raises questions about the true purpose of America's intervention in Syria. Was it purely to protect human rights and combat terrorism, or was there a hidden agenda at play? Could America's involvement in Syria be another example of a hidden agenda? Was America's intervention in Libya a humanitarian act or a strategic move? Let's delve into this question. The official narrative presented by the U.S. administration was that the intervention was to protect innocent civilians from the oppressive Gaddafi regime. They painted a picture of a dictatorship hell-bent on causing harm to its own people. Yet when we delve a bit deeper, we find other possible motivations at play. Libya, as we know, sits atop substantial oil reserves. With Gaddafi out of the picture, control over these reserves could prove beneficial to those with vested interests. The question of the strategic benefits of regime change and control over oil reserves cannot be ignored. It's also worth noting that the intervention led to a power vacuum, causing Libya to descend into chaos, with various factions vying for control. So we're left to question, was the humanitarian narrative in Libya just a cover for deeper motivations? What were America's true intentions in Afghanistan? On the surface, the reasons seemed clear. Dismantle al-Qaeda, capture Osama bin Laden. These were the declared objectives when American troops set foot on Afghan soil. But let's delve deeper. Yes, al-Qaeda was weakened and bin Laden was eventually captured. These goals were achieved, but did the American presence cease? Not quite. The American boots were on Afghan grounds for almost 2 decades, considerably longer than anticipated. This prolonged presence in a country where the stated objectives were accomplished relatively early raises questions. What were the true reasons for this extended stay? Was it really just about al-Qaeda and bin Laden? Or were there other motivations, other objectives lurking beneath the surface of these declared goals? Could the prolonged stay in Afghanistan point to hidden objectives? These questions beg for answers, as the reality of Afghanistan continues to unfold. Are you intrigued by these revelations? We've traveled a road of discovery together, unmasking the cloaked truths of Iraq, Syria, Libya, Afghanistan, and the countless others. We've seen the pattern of misinformation, the veiled agendas, the web of deceit spun to conceal the true motivations behind these invasions. From the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq that never surfaced, to the hidden story of Syria, where the narrative was spun to suit an agenda. We've uncovered the deception in Libya and the reality of Afghanistan, both painted in a light that hid the truth from the world. These are not isolated incidents, but threads woven into a tapestry of systematic misinformation designed to mislead, to obscure the truth. It's time for us to question, to seek the truth beyond the narrative handed to us. If you value truth and transparency, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can hold power accountable.